If you're thinking, should I stay in my current home or move? There's no compelling reason to move, but you're ready for a change. You're not quite sure what to do. This one may be for you. So this is the one for my downsizing seniors, maybe my recent empty nesters, or the upcoming retirees. Hello folks, this is Bela Vora. I'm a realtor with Coldwell Banker Realty and in the Philly Suburbs area, and I talk about all things real estate. So today we're talking, this is a 3-part series where I'm going to break it up into 3 easy steps on what your conversations with your spouse or significant other should be about. This will help you make some real estate decisions, some food for thought. So the first one in my 3-step process is life goals. I'm going to ask you to discuss with your significant other or think about, where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 7 years? When we buy our first homes or our second homes, the decisions are always easy. You want to be closer to good schools. You want to be closer to work and make it a better commute. You want to, you want to merge. You just got married and you want to, live together, or you just got divorced and you have to, live separately. So those real estate decisions are sort of easy to make in terms of location, etc. But when you're a downsizing senior or, a retiree, an upcoming retiree or an empty nester, the question is like, what do I want to be when I grow up now? Do you want to pursue your hobbies? Do you need to move closer to your family? Do you need to be a caregiver for one of your parents? Is health a concern? Is it, hobbies that you want to take up? You want to climb mountains now or swim the ocean, or, you've always wanted to be by a beach or in the mountains. This is your time to explore what you want to do. Real estate decisions will follow life decisions, right? You don't think, oh, I want to move to another state and buy a house and then I'll think about what I want to do. No, it doesn't quite work that way. So first you got to think about life decisions. So this is when I become the marriage counselor. This is when I give you a lot of food for thought when you come and talk to me and I say, okay, what are your plans? Usually one of the two spouses has some very strong ideas about where they want to be. I want the ocean and that's it. I want to move away from the cold weather. That's a given. So that's a great start. And then you start exploring options. And, I'm happy to even recommend realtors in these other states who can help you, explore options. So the first start would be the life goals and where you see yourself. Look out for my second and third in the series later. So the part 1 of this series was all about life goals. Where do you see yourself in the 5 to 7 years? This one is the second one, where I talk about evaluating your current home. The place where you live in currently, the location, the floor plan, the type of home. Does it meet your needs given your life goals now that you've determined your life goals? Does the current home meet those needs? Is it too big for you to maintain? Is that a swimming pool that never gets used now that the kids have gone? Is it too far from your parents if you have to be caregivers for your parents? Is it too cold where you live? If you're living locally and it's too cold and warmer weather attracts, if that's a life goal, well, it's time to sell, right? So the question is, you've decided on your life goals and now you decide if this current home meets the, real estate requirements for those life goals. So one of the things that I had a conversation with recently, for example, was this couple wanted to travel. They wanted to travel the world and they didn't want to maintain their home. It makes sense for them to buy something smaller and a little more manageable if they were not going to be local. So it's a turnkey. You turn off the lights and you lock the door and you can travel, and the house it's a townhome and doesn't need a whole lot of maintenance, right? So you've decided on the life goals. Now you decide and see and analyze if this current home is working for those life goals. And look out for my part 3. So we're talking about the part 3, which is the finance part of it. Not all of us are in the same boat financially. Yes, we're a little stronger now, probably, hopefully, than we were when we bought our first home, most of us. But each one of us has a different financial scenario to consider. Is the current home paid off? Can you buy your next home without selling your current home? Do you have a lot of equity sitting there not making any money for you? Do you want to leverage that equity? For some people, their home is 80% of their net wealth. So how significant a portion of your entire net wealth is the home? How are your savings divided in the stock market, in, safe investments, in real estate? So you got to look at the entire financial picture. What does your debt to income look like? What kind of a credit score do you have? that financial piece has to be included in your next set of decisions regarding whether you want to stay put in your current home or you want to buy something new. So folks, hope this was helpful. The first part was figure out the life goals. The second part was figure out how your current home matches those life goals. And this part in the series was about the finances. I have a whole bunch of questions to ask in each of these three sections and lots of food for thought for you to discuss with your spouse or your significant other, so you can come up with some possible, the more clarity you have on your situation, the better you're able to, decide. And then we can help you with the real estate decisions. Real estate decisions always follow these life decisions. So a lot of food for thought. Consider, these three things that I've been talking about, and then we'll talk about real estate.